Hello everyone, welcome to Arthashastra classes. In this video, we are going to present an answer for the assignment question of subject MSc 004 Economics of Growth and Development. The first 4 questions have already been uploaded by me, so you can check these videos. I have attached the link in the description box for your reference. In this video, we are going to answer question number 5, that is related to total factor productivity. So the question is, describe the various approaches to the measurement of total factor productivity. So we have written down the question followed by the answer. First, we have given a brief overview of what TFP is, and we have tried to explain it with the help of the production function y equals to a into f of k of comma l. So fkl is the Cobb-Douglas production function, and here a is the factor representing total factor productivity. So this is a brief intro about total factor productivity. Before writing down the measures to measure, approaches to measure TFP, we can define what TFP basically means. So now we have written down the various ways through which we can measure TFP. So there are two main ways: growth accounting methods and econometric methods. Further, growth accounting methods can be divided into two categories, that are data envelopment analysis and index numbers, and index numbers can be further categorized into solo index and translog index. So we have written about data envelopment analysis, which is a non-parametric and uses linear programming method. So here we do not assume any particular kind of production function. We have explained the approach. Now we have written its drawbacks, which are flexibility in weighting, sensitive to outliers. Secondly, we are explaining the index number approach to measure TFP. So in this we have solo index and the translog index. So first we are defining what index number approach is basically. So it's a theoretically motivated aggregation method for inputs and outputs, and here we are considering the Cobb-Douglas form of the production function. Here AT is the factor representing the economy's total factor productivity, K is for the stock of capital, and L is the labor force, Y is the output. So that's the basic general form of the Cobb-Douglas production function. And now we are explaining how we can incorporate index number approach to calculate the total factor productivity term, that is term A, and it is calculated under certain assumptions. So here we are referring to two types of index. First is solo index, second is the translog index. So solo index, we have written down the notations Y, L, K, A. Here A is the income share of capital in value added. Now using these notations, we write down the solo index of TFP. So it is represented by the equation in the log terms. It's log A equals to log Y minus 1 minus A log L minus A log K, say, where A is the income share of capital. So log Y representing the growth rate of output, log L similarly growth rate of labor input, and so on. Now we have written down the assumption. So elasticity of substitution here is assumed to be unity, and next we move to translog index. So this is the second way under index approach to measure TFP. In solo index, the elasticity of substitution was unity, but in translog index, the elasticity can be variable. So we have written down the translog index. It is also in log terms. Now we are mentioning the advantages of using index number approach, that is the ease of calculation. Second is flexible specification of technology. Third is handles multiple outputs. Now we are mentioning the disadvantages associated with this approach of measurement. So there are 3 to 4 disadvantages. 4. So requirements of data quality, assumptions regarding firm behavior, market structure. Next we move to the third approach to measure TFP, that is econometric methods. In this approach, we apply regression analysis to estimate production function, commonly Cobb-Douglas production function. Whenever we talk about TFP, we generally use Cobb-Douglas production function, and the factor that represents technology is nothing but the TFP factor. So that's for all approaches, and now we have written down the limitations of total factor productivity measures. Now we have seen three basic methods or measures of measuring total factor productivity. So we are writing their general limitations, and here the question concludes. The next video I will upload soon on the question number 6 related to real business cycle. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Stay tuned.